All right, so we're gonna start off focusing on preemption defense first, and then we're gonna discuss what to do if you're fully in the reverse de la Riva. The number one reason people get caught in the reverse de la Riva is as they enter, they kind of drop in for a knee cut. And what they're doing is they're kind of like blading their knee down so this leg very naturally conforms into the reverse de la Riva hook. And this gives them a good hook. So the first thing to prevent this is when I go for a knee cut, if you guys have seen my stuff on the knee shield passing, I'm gonna kind of review it just a little bit, but if you want the full breakdown, I have a video on that. I'm gonna focus on controlling this leg first so he can never set that in. So what I do is I'm gonna control the ankle or the low pant leg. I'm gonna control this leg and kind of make sure I end up in this kind of knee shield position. And what I want to do is as I control this, it blocks him so he can't put that reverse de la Riva in while I hold that ankle. And what I want to do is I actually place my whole shin on top of his thigh up near the insert of the groin. Because I keep my weight on my mid shin. And once this is here, now he can never put that hook in. So notice I'm not keeping my weight in my knee, I'm not keeping the weight in my foot. I control this until I can plant my whole mid shin on the thigh. From here, there is no reverse de la Riva hook. So what I want to focus on is centering him up by pressing the shoulder down and pulling up on this near side arm. That locks his shoulder blades towards flat. Once the shoulder blades are flat, it's very hard for him to extend this knee shield away because his whole torso is locked down towards the mat. While he has the knee shield, he can't lasso because I have the leg stuck in the shield. If he ever kicks through to lasso, he gives access to the full knee cut. Another variation of doing this is forcing the knee shield over top of my arm. So it's very similar, but what I'm gonna do, again, I control the ankle, foot, pant. I'm gonna go in, and now I shoot my arm on the inside, and I wanna drop this shin to kind of rotate his hips toward me so I can get this knee shield over my own arm. Once the knee shield is over my own arm, it works very similarly. I have to keep my upper body rotated this way to drive in, and this blocks him from being able to lasso again. From here, I can try to pull the arm out. If this is down here, I can hold the lapel, but we're gonna pull the arm out and I can kind of drive through, slide, and finish the pass from here. So now we're gonna look at what to do if he gets the hook established. So regardless how you get here, maybe you come in and like you kind of bring the leg in, he gets the hook established well. From here, very often, they're gonna control your ankle. And the main threat here is them using this arm, kind of pushing your neck away and then trying to roll all the way through to come up towards the back here to take your back. So the first thing for defense I want to focus on is keeping this leg kind of pulled in towards the knee shield. Anytime he does the inversion, really this leg has to get in between me and him because then he can use it to set space by pushing. And as he rotates through, he's got to eventually bring it all the way through. And whenever he's trapped into the knee shield, it just becomes very difficult for him to invert. So if he grabs the cross collar here and he starts pushing to try to rotate through and everything, I just keep pulling this leg back down towards the floor. From another angle, as he's trying to invert, I'm just pulling this back this way, so keep trying to invert, right, towards the floor like this. So looking at my left side arm and leg work a little bit, the main idea here on the right side is I'm pulling the leg back. My left hand, I don't go to the lapel too early. When I'm in this initial phase, I like to put my hand on the floor and my left leg can be on the knee. Sometimes it can come up to the toe. Sometimes I even drop my hip. My main goal is to move my body so that I can pull this leg back. So as he grabs the cross collar, which is the often choice here, as he tries to invert through, I can even kind of drop to my hip like this. And it just makes the angle much easier to pull this leg back, right? So keep trying to invert here. So you keep going really hard. Yeah, see, that makes that very, very difficult. An extra point to mention here, a lot of people like to use this to push it behind, and we're gonna get to that. But the thing is, when the person is very flexible and they have their knee tight early, if you try to rush to pushing this behind, his foot can come directly to my bicep and then he can start the attacks. When you grab this leg and you pull it tight immediately, no matter how much he tries to sneak that foot in, even if he doesn't try to invert, if he just tries to get the foot in between me and him, keep trying to get the foot in, it's just very difficult to get it out of the way. And often from here, that's where the leg will end up overextending, and then we can start coming up into more of this extended position, which we're gonna get into in a little bit. So the first pass we're gonna look at is gonna be more while we're in the defensive structure. So what happens is he gets that collar grip and they usually want to immediately go for that attack. So I put my left hand on the floor, I'm pulling the leg back and defending. And very often people will attempt quite a few times to invert and they just realize they can't. From here, they're gonna start to get this idea that if they just grab this and break it, then they don't have to deal with this problem anymore. The problem there is the main thing blocking me from club passing here is the arm posting on my neck. So I know this is gonna happen. It happens all the time, even when the person knows this. They just get frustrated, they grab this sleeve. As soon as he releases, I have a clear line to club the neck and drop directly into a half guard. From here, I have a clear line with my shoulder and his jaw, and I'll drop my chest weight in, and I can kind of pressure. And very often here, it's easy to extend this leg to clear this, and now I'm gonna high step back, drive this leg to the other side and drop my chest pressure to finish the pass. Also, guys, a quick heads up. If you're really interested in understanding the reverse De La Riva position, it's really important to understand not only the top perspective, but the bottom perspective as well. Espen Mathisen has an instructional on our website, mavericksjj.com, where he breaks the reverse De La Riva position down from the bottom with a complete system that he's used in high-level competition numerous times. If that's something you guys might be interested in, I left a link in the description for both the course as well as a discount code for 30% off. And as always, if you guys are enjoying the content, be sure to like and leave a comment. Now back to the video. So sometimes if your opponent gets really aggressive trying to invert here, as they press you out and start moving, they start trying to grab the base of your foot. Or even if they just don't have a great grip on your ankle. And a lot of times I can kick that out, or if they're on the base of the foot, I can step it out. And now I can do a really good high step up here or a back step to try to pass. And from here, quickly, I try to drive to turn his hip back to the other side, and I can progress to side control, or I can even switch up to going for a north-south type pass here. So now what's gonna happen is we're gonna be pulling this leg back, and as they start to move around and stuff, what I can do is I come out on this hand. So as I come out to this angle here, I can actually pop this leg completely straight, which gets rid of the hook. And now I can quickly come back and turn into this position here without that hook. So now I've distributed the weight back to my shin. From here, I can now switch up. Usually when I do this, at a certain point, this leg gets extended enough that my pull can start to switch to more of a press. And the main thing here is if I try to press early when the knee's tight, the foot can just come to the bicep and he can escape. If I get ahead of the thing and I press a bit here, now I have a good balance post on it, as well as he can't really get back to the bicep because it's overextended. From here, I'll very often switch up to the lapel. Once I get this lapel, because I'm higher up into him, I can actually press it forward for balance. That's one of the things I'm always focused on in the position is where are my balance points. So once I get this lapel and I'm high up here, now if he tries to pull me forward to off balance, I get a nice forward press into the lapel, which presses into his armpit. So as he pulls forward, I keep nice balance here. Notice again, I'm keeping this knee shield and I'm kind of keeping it wedged in here. From here, your opponent will have different responses. Some people will let go of the ankle and try to push your leg to try to free that bottom leg all the way back out. What I like to do when they do that is I immediately catch this arm. Once I catch this arm, I can elevate it and now I flatten him. He can't frame, he can't move, he can't even lasso because this knee shield's here. And very often from here, I can overextend this, come in and finish the pass. So now we're here balanced again, and now he's gonna stay kind of tight, so I can't just switch out like I wanted directly to the cut with the arm because his arm stays under a leg. Either he's framing here or he's still on my ankle. So from here, what I do is I keep this stiff-armed, and now I'm gonna release this back pant leg while keeping the knee shield, and I go in deep for a cross collar grip. From here, this collar grip is really nice because it kind of undermines this collar. If he tries to stiff arm me here with this collar, I'm kind of driving my shoulder into the elbow. It makes it very difficult for him. If he tries to pull a bunch with it, it just drives me into him more. From here, I can take my time and I can threaten a collar choke here, which usually will make him either A, give me the choke or freak out and start giving me openings for the passes. If he stays kind of tight here with the shield, what I can do is I can start sliding all the way through, and I keep this knee shield in position, which prevents the lasso leg from being able to come in. And now I'll try to transition up to more of a north-south type finish. Another powerful combo you can mix in here is once I've set this position, I can switch my right hand from the back pant leg and go underneath and get the lapel. This is really effective because it undermines his collar pull and also gives me a lot of balance against his collar. From here, I'll switch my hand back to the ankle, and from here I can kind of work into different classic knee cut style grips. I cover a lot of this in the shield passing video, but from here I can start to cut out really wide, and depending on the response, I have different options. If this arm comes out, sometimes what I do is I sit my body weight on top of this knee. I can quickly grab the arm and I sink my weight, and I can come all the way through to pass here. The other option you can do from here is I can take my elbow sometimes and I can pin it on top of the thigh here. Now as I cut out wide to the right, I can quickly come back and go shin over shin and drop. And from here, what I want to focus on is just keeping my chest weight slightly above his knee because it prevents him from opening his knee back up. From here, I can slowly back step, keeping my weight above the knee, and walk all the way around to side to finish.